They remember life before the internet, and they adapted when it arrived. They played outside until the streetlights came on, and later learned how to send emails, texts, and social media posts. They don't fully belong to Gen X. They don't fully identify with the millennials. They are something else entirely. They are Xennials, the micro-generation born roughly between 1976 and 1985. And psychologically, they are one of the most complex, resilient, and misunderstood groups alive today. They didn't grow up online, but they were forced to grow up with technology. And that single fact shaped how they think, feel, work, love, and survive. Xennials grew up during a cultural shift that no other generation experienced so directly. Their childhood was analog, slow, physical, social, in person. Their adulthood became digital, fast, competitive, constantly connected. Psychologically, this created cognitive flexibility. They learned how to adapt quickly, translate between generations, function in both low-tech and high-tech worlds. They became bridges, not endpoints. Many Xennials grew up as latchkey kids. Parents worked, independence was expected, self-regulation was learned early. This created emotional maturity at a young age, comfort being alone, strong inner dialogue. They learned to solve problems quietly. Psychologically, this formed a generation that doesn't panic easily, but often carries stress internally. Xennials remember life without smartphones, boredom without instant entertainment, privacy as default. So when technology arrived, they didn't merge identity with it. They used technology. They don't let it define them. Psychologically, this gives Xennials better digital boundaries, less dependence on validation, more skepticism toward online culture. They understand the benefits and the costs. Xennials often feel culturally homeless, too young to fully relate to Gen X's cynicism, too old to fully embrace millennial optimism and digital immersion. This creates identity complexity, feeling overlooked, a strong internal identity rather than group identity. They don't rely on generational labels for self-worth. They define themselves individually. Xennials entered adulthood during the dot-com crash, September 11th. The 2008 financial crisis, they learned quickly. Jobs aren't permanent. Loyalty doesn't guarantee security. Stability must be built personally. Psychologically, this created pragmatism, career flexibility, quiet anxiety about financial safety. They work hard, but trust cautiously. Xennials are skeptical, but not bitter. They question systems, but still participate. They don't blindly trust institutions, don't expect systems to save them, still believe effort matters. This balance makes them realistic, emotionally grounded, resistant to extremes. They live in the gray areas. Xennials were raised before emotional oversharing was normalized. Feelings were processed privately, not publicly. As adults, they value emotional honesty, dislike performative vulnerability, prefer deep conversations over public expression. They feel deeply, but they just don't broadcast it. For Xennials, nostalgia is powerful. Music, movies, games, and memories from the late 80s and 90s provide emotional grounding, identity, continuity, comfort during uncertainty. Nostalgia isn't escapism for them, it's emotional regulation. Xennials often feel caught between worrying for aging parents, supporting children, managing careers. They are the sandwich generation psychologically. This creates high responsibility, quiet burnout, strong problem-solving skills. They carry weight without making noise. Xennials value few close relationships, long-term friendships, loyalty over popularity. They don't chase large networks. They protect energy. Psychologically, this reflects emotional maturity and selective trust. Xennials grew up when mental health wasn't openly discussed. As adults, they recognize its importance, often seek help privately, balance self-reflection with resilience. They don't glamorize struggle. They work through it. As parents, many Xennials encourage independence, limit overexposure to screens, teach emotional accountability. They want their children to be capable, not just comfortable. They are often labeled quiet, serious, detached. But psychologically they are highly adaptive, deeply reflective, emotionally stable under pressure. They don't seek attention. They seek alignment. Being in between created something rare. Xennials can understand older generations, translate younger ones, navigate change without losing self. They are not stuck between eras. They connect them. Xennials are not forgotten. They are foundational. They carry the resilience of the past, the adaptability of the present. They remember when life was slower and learned how to survive when it sped up. They don't need to be loud to matter. They are proof that strength can be quiet and wisdom can come from living in transition. If this video felt personal, if it described your life without exaggeration, subscribe to this channel because here we don't reduce generations to stereotypes. We explain the psychology behind them, like the video. Share it with a Xennial who has always felt in between. And remember, being a bridge doesn't mean you're lost. It means you connect worlds.